Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I haven't been here in a while, so it's gonna be nice to get back into this. It'll be almost like it's fresh again. It's all that work getting to Laythe and back felt like I'd completed a big mission and that I wasn't quite sure what to do. So now we're coming back. As I previously stated, I'm gonna pick out a couple of targets. Try to hit some hard things like Moho and Elu, perhaps that big moon of Jewel, whatever the hell it's called, and of course, culminating in a land and a return. A Kerbal landing on Eve and a return. That's going to be the tricky one. But in the meantime, we're going to go for some of the lesser targets and build up to that. So the first one I think I'm going to go for is Moho. And as I am frankly sick of these missions where I do a ton of launches and build something on orbit, and Moho will be not that difficult of a target. I think I'm going to try to do this with one just massive vehicle. So that's the idea. So what I want to do is I want to start from my new Griffin capsule that I developed in a previous episode. And I can lose this launcher underneath it. Alright, and we're just going to save this as something else. We'll just call it the Moho Mark 1 for now, till I come up with something better. Okay, so we're going to use this, and we're going to move it way up, because we are going to need some space. Oh, that's as high as we can go. See, we don't even fit out the doors there. Stop that. Okay. So, the first thing I want to do is build the actual lander I want for Moho. So let me go do some Moho recon from our astronomical observations. We want to determine its mass and this sort of thing. Focus on Moho. Planetary information. Okay. The equatorial radius, 250 kilometers, massing a whole lot of kilograms. 0.275 G, that's what we want to know, and of course no atmosphere. Sphere of influence is 9,500 kilometers, not all that big. So it's a small body and it's close to the sun, it's close to Kerbal, which is one of the things that makes it hard to get, is it has a fairly small sphere of influence. Okay, so 0.275. How does that compare to a well-known quantity like the moon? No, I want the moon. Damn it. Thank you. Okay, so the moon is... okay, it's a bit more than the moon. So we're going to need a bit more of a lander than we would take there. Okay. So we're just going to come in here, throw a lander underneath, and then I'll worry about what the vehicle is after that. Oh wait, we're already in there. Just my vehicle is invisible because it's way up at the top of the station, dangling on some wires or something, I suppose. I have two options, I suppose. I could build a separable lander, sort of an Apollo style, or I could just build a lander underneath this and take this whole thing down. The only downside of that is I'm carrying this fuel with me here that's not going to actually do me any good while I'm at Moho. Actually, it's going to waste fuel going up and down. But in the interest of having a different mission profile, I've done that Apollo type stuff before. We're just going to build the lander right underneath here. The hell with efficiency! We are going to get there, and we are going to get there with some bleeding authority. Okay, so... and the good news is I don't give a damn about science, because I've already got the whole tree. So now we are just going places to plant our flag on them, thus claiming them for all eternity. Okay. Bam! No. Let's not be that ridiculous. Okay. What I'll do is I'll take one of these. And... let's see, where's my... let me put, before I forget and do something ridiculous, let's put the ladder on so we know where it's going to end up, because that's going to be a set position. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure that's going to connect very well. Let me take this short ladder. Where the... and we'll stick that on here. So what does this look like extended? Not quite what I want. So I'll just play with the angle. Okay, so there, that'll get us down. Should connect to that just fine. So now I can actually move the fixed connections down. Like so. And we'll just put one of these tall ladders like so. Boop. Okay, that should be plenty to get us to the ground. What I want to do, I think, is I want to be able to take this whole thing and land, just stick this on top of a rocket and then land, and what I'll do is here, I'll put a connector. So I'll build a connector on top of the rocket, one of these Clampotron Seniors, and that way when I've come back from the surface of Moho, I can basically just leave this floating and reattach the capsule to the top of my transfer rocket. So I think that's what we'll do, and that'll be our return home, just with this capsule, and we'll just maybe transfer whatever fuel this has left back to the vehicle, then ditch it. That's the idea anyway. Just making this up as I go. Now, normally for a lander this size, say on the moon, I would have one of these poodles maybe, which is 220 thrust. So what I might do instead is take about 4 of these and put them on little outriggers. That way I can maintain this setup the way I have it. So, some girders, and we'll do a quad arrangement. Just fairly typical, like so. And this will give us an opportunity to add a little bit more fuel on as well as engines. So I'll use these tanks. And we'll just have the center tank feed fuel out to them since there are no engines attached to that center tank. Boop. And tie them together like so. That should be nice and solid. And don't forget to put the engines on, that would be embarrassing. Okay. Actually, let me move the fuel to the other side. Don't want it. Don't want it in the way of the ladder. Okay. And that might be about all it takes. I will put a couple of additional RCS tanks. Perhaps just 2 of them. You know what, I shouldn't really need RCS for landing. I'll just leave it be, I think. Now I'm second guessing. Okay. If I'm over-engineering this, let's just over-engineer it. We'll just put a couple of these little guys here and here. And they don't have a whole lot. They've got about as much as those radial ones. Yeah, about the same. That'll give us a little supplement, so in case I want some for landing or whatever, I can have that. And landing legs. I'll put some, actually let me put some extra thrusters on the lower portion of this. Where's my center of mass? Up there. That combined with the ones up on top here should give us sufficient control. to maneuver this baby around. Now I definitely want to get some gear on here. Ooh, do I think those will be enough? No, I don't really want to take chances. I haven't had a whole lot of great experiences with those. I've got them up here, but that's really just because all I'm landing is that top bit with those. This is my return to Earth stage, or my return to Kerbal stage. Alright, so we'll put these on. Let's see what they look like extended relative to our ladder. Alright, that should be good. I can actually probably afford to... Oops. Not take the engines off. Can't afford to do that. Can afford to take this up a little bit more. And turn off the symmetry, please. Do not need 4 of these. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Nope, not really not what I want to do. I just want to copy the landing leg there. Just to make sure we're balanced. Come on, I know you can put it there. You just put it on the other side. There. I want to turn these to retracted. Stop trying to take my fuel away. Damn it. There. We'll retract that. Okay. So I think that'll do the job. Doesn't have to be complicated to work. So the fun part is going to be the ridiculousness that we're going to put underneath this. Okay, so I'm going to go and build some giant thing to put underneath this, and come back, show you through its features, and then we'll try to launch it into orbit. See you guys in a minute. Whew, alright. So this somewhat awkward looking monstrosity is what we're going to go for. I'm not sure I have enough thrust to get off the launch pad, but Bob, Jebediah, and Ordos are going to find out. Wait a minute, I feel like Bob just had a really cool mission. Let's give him a break. Go back to the vehicle assembly building and assign some new guys. Anytime now, Kerbal Space Program. Thank you. Okay, Bob, you get a break. Jeb hasn't been on a big mission on him. We'll actually leave him on there, and we'll send. Let's send Jurwise. All right, back to the launch pad. Okay, come on, baby. Let's do this thing. Hopefully. Okay, commencing what may become a test flight in 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Maybe. Yes, yes, it's lifting off. Oh, so very slowly though. Oh boy. And we're getting some significant overheating issues starting to happen. We'll see. Maybe that'll steady out. I haven't actually seen these new Space Launch System parts overheat yet, but we might get the first here. Oh wow, and those tanks are draining quickly. Oh, okay, so we already lost a set of engines. Now we're in trouble. Not enough power. Oh, I wanted to do this in one shot, but I might have to launch some of these tanks empty and do a quick refuel. That wouldn't be so bad. We're still close enough to the ground, we can hear those that other stage crashing down. Oh man, this is accelerating too slow. I don't think it's gonna make it. So anyway, while we are launching extremely slowly, we'll see how well this does and then adjust the design accordingly. This portion here is intended to be the interplanetary vehicle, hence all the atomic engines and all this fuel out here by stage. And we've got, for this middle one, so it sits on here nicely, we've got the last set of engines for this interplanetary stage are these 4 atomic engines mounted radially on the side, fed by these little hopper tanks. Yeah, this is not going to have enough power. Not even close. Not even close. Let's see, what's the best way to abort this? I really did not build in an abort plan here. Can't really count on those atomics to save these guys. So perhaps what I'll do is I can turn the engines off, manually disconnect this, ignite my stages to turn these engines on, and get these guys to safety. Maybe I'll let this burn out or something first, get a little bit more height to land safely. Or, screw that noise. We will just revert to vehicle assembly and increase the beefiness of the rocket. Okay, so I think what I'll try is going from four radial stages to 6. So this could take some time to straighten out. I will be right back. Alright, here it is. Took longer than I thought it would to put it together. I'm a little concerned. Down here. Look how close these big ol' engine bells are to one another. It's definitely an issue. I'm hoping those will separate without hitting each other, but I'm just not sure. I even had to rotate these ones a little bit to get them so they weren't, you know, wide sides towards each other. So now hopefully they're not endangering the middle one. Well, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. Let's make sure we got our crew assigned. And nope, Bob tried to sneak in there again. Damn it, Bob. You have enough rocks for now. It's time to take a break. You just spent several years on a mission to Laythe, sir. Alright. Well, the consolation prize, if we don't get a cool launch of a giant vehicle into space, you guys might at least get to see a Titanic explosion. Also entertaining. Okay. It's sitting on the launch pad still. That's good news. Didn't crumble, so the structure's still solid. Hopefully the staging is right. That's what took the long time to get rearranged. So we're going to throttle up to max since that's what's going to take. And fire it. Got a little bit of a wobble going there. Hopefully that's just temporary. Perhaps some of my struts didn't reconnect or something. Well, I guess we'll find out. It's definitely moving better. Not that it's moving super fast still, but it's moving at least. Now these boosters are going to burn off quickly. And even though there's a considerable amount of fuel in each of these, equivalent to about 4 of those orange tanks each, they are still going to empty out very rapidly. And I'm already picking up a bit of a spin, which I'm not even going to try to fight it at this stage. We're just going to get into some kind of orbit if we can and worry about any inclination issues from there. Because honestly, getting to Moho, we're going to have to make inclination adjustments anyway, so making them around Kerbal is not that big a deal. It's not necessary to get into a perfectly equatorial orbit with this thing. Alright, so far it's going better. We're still accelerating. We haven't had any of those deceleration moments like the previous iteration did. Hopefully that will hold up as we ditch this last booster. And hopefully this spin will not get too bad on us. I don't want to be watching things get shaken apart or anything. Maybe I will try to combat it just a bit. Whoop. Okay, see now we're losing some speed, unfortunately. Come on, catch back up. Catch back up. As we burn off fuel, the weight should actually reduce enough that we do start to accelerate again. Alright, see now that we're completely symmetrical, I've regained stability, although I'll probably lose it again once I drop one of these large boosters. Yeah, we slowed down quite a bit. We lost a lot of acceleration anyway. Whew. This still might not be enough. Might have to take some fuel out of the upper stage in order to get this into orbit. Send a refueling mission. Darn. Well, at least we'll find out how well this is going to go right now. I'm going to burn this one till it's dry. or until it crashes everybody painfully into the ocean. But look at Jeb. Jeb loves it. Jurwise and Ordos are somewhat concerned with their situation. Not Bob concerned, but, you know, still somewhat concerned. Yeah, I'm not sure this is even going to make it. That top stage is heavy. There's a lot of fuel up there. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to empty it out and send that large refueler that developed earlier to go take care of the situation. Oh, come on. We're getting about to the point where we're going to make a gravity turn, but I have less than 100 meters per second of velocity here, so just don't think it's going to be enough. Perhaps I could even just take these off. I probably don't even need them. I've got the equivalent of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orange tanks and change. Even without those, that'd save a little bit of weight. And any weight saved up here is compounded several times in the launch vehicle. Come on. Hopefully we'll start to pick up some speed when we get out of the lower atmosphere here. Have a little less resistance. I'm not really going to gravity turn, even though it would normally be timed, just because I need to build up some speed. This thing is really honking heavy, though. And let's see, even with all the stuff I've dropped already, it's still 1,300 tons. Oh boy. Okay. Ah, lost another set of boosters. Jeez, this is not gonna get the job done, guys. Ah, darn it. I hate launching vehicles less fuel, but it doesn't look like we're gonna have much choice. Doesn't look like we'll have much choice. Well, that'll be the next thing to try. I'll take the fuel out of these, and maybe I can then get up with something left and transfer it up and not have to actually do a refueling mission. We'll just have to wait and see. But this is clearly not going to get to orbit. So I'll have to save that for another time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for an abort. Go for an abort. And we'll use it as an opportunity to check our staging. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Dropping stages, dropping stages. Light the landing engines. Okay. Well, staging seemed to work. Alright, let's get these guys back on ground, or back on the water anyway. And we'll worry about trying to land next time. Darn it. Or trying to land. Trying to take off. You know what? I don't even need you, sir. That's what this bad boy is for. For exactly this sort of situation. Well, not really. It's more for really returning from orbit. So it should be more than capable of bringing these guys safely. Actually, Jurwise is sort of enjoying himself now, it looks like. Maybe not. Maybe he's a little concerned. Ugh. Man, it's unbelievable how heavy that thing is. Oh well. Probably way over-engineered from what it really needs to do. Ooh, I left this extended. Oh well. It's the least of my concerns at this point. Alright, what did I figure out last time? About 5,000 meters. It's time for a hard retro burn. 500 meters, 5,000 meters. Start slowing down. Alright, yeah, gonna have to slow down more. Well, this is why I don't normally do these big one rocket missions to other planets, because it ends up being a really big rocket. So I'll come back in the next episode. I'll take some fuel out. Should be able to launch it into fuel with some of the launch it into orbit with some of the fuel removed from the upper stage, and then I can refuel from the lower stage or send up a refueling mission as required. All right, time to slow down, guys. Time to slow down. Whoa! 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 Oh, good, we made it. Oh! Oh, wow. I could not have hit much harder and still survived that landing. Holy cow. Whew. Note to self, fire retro rockets earlier. Okay, so I'll go ahead and recover these guys, and we'll come back in the next episode with a rocket that will actually make it to space. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video and watching my ineptitude in this particular mission, go ahead and hit the like button on this video, comment, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. And I am Southern Wolverine from the oceans of Kerbal, which is as far as we got on this mission, wishing you a good day.